Okay, Kent Police have seized over 3,500 power tools that were stolen from traders, from gardeners, from builders, from plumbers. So if you have anyone has been had their tools stolen at any point in the past few years, I would urge you to go in the link below and see if you can identify your tools. You can basically, they are doing a massive appeal up until the 21st of July for the whole of the UK. If anyone had their tools stolen within the UK at any point in the last few years, you can email them. The email is only open until I think about the 21st of July this year. And if you have proof of purchase or any identifying marks that you know that your tools had, that you can identify your products, they've all been listed and itemized, and you could well track your stolen items. Now, I had my items, I had some garden equipment stolen in October last year, adding up to about £3,000. So I'm going to be going to the shop where I buy all my tools from the same shop. So I'm going to see if I can locate any serial numbers off the receipts and see if they can print out maybe some kind of serial numbers, and maybe go through some of the photographs, some of the videos that I've got of some of my old tools, see if I can identify any specific marks. Might be where there's a crack or there's a piece missing or scratches or anything like that that you can see on your tools, that you can identify them and then provide that within the email, the proof. So I spoke to Anne at the BBC Radio Kent breakfast show, because she was doing a nationwide appeal with the police to see if we can get traders back in touch with their tools that were stolen. So here you go. Have a listen to this interview that I had with her. It was great.
So this is important. If you ever had power tools stolen, now could be your chance to get them back. Kent Police have uncovered over 3,500 items thought to be worth collectively about £1 million. And now the search has begun to try to reunite the owners. I spoke earlier to DCI David Hyam, who's from the force, and he told me how they found all these tools.
We weren't expecting to find that number. We were acting on some information that some tools have been stolen from the Thames Valley Policing area that we're now tracking at that location. So we recovered them, and then to recover in excess of 3,500 stolen other tools was quite something.
So it was basically a broader problem than you were even expecting?
Yeah, we weren't expecting to uncover that number of tools. We hadn't had that number of tools reported, but the investigation has now identified that these tools have been stolen from across southern England, actually, almost from the entirety of the UK. We've got offences in Yorkshire, Gloucestershire, Hampshire, Sussex, Warwickshire, all over the place.
And there have been arrests, haven't there?
Yeah, we've got 7 people who have been arrested and are currently under investigation and on bail.
Okay. And the important thing is, you know, these are tools that belong to people, presumably many people in Kent. So you're trying, aren't you, to reunite the tools with their owners?
Yeah, so since we've come into possession of the tools, we've spent a long time trying to identify them through the serial numbers, through unique identifiers. But this now really is an appeal for, you know, if you've lost tools that have been stolen either from building sites, from farms, from vans, please do contact us, because you will know what your tool looks like. It will have specific identifiable features on there which are unique to you. So we need you to come forward, let us know what that is, the circumstances on how it was stolen, and hopefully we can reunite you with your tools.
DCI David Hyam from Kent Police then talking to me earlier. Well, someone who might be interested in this is Pete, a gardener from Sevenoaks, because Pete had his tools stolen last year and he joins us now. Pete, I'm so sorry to hear it. It's devastating, isn't it? And this is your livelihood as well.
It is, yeah. And I think people, they actually build up their collection of tools over many, many years.
Of course.
And to have them all stolen in one go, it's quite a shock. And it does take some time. I haven't even got all of them back. I've got maybe like half of them back in terms of brought back. But I did find a lot of people. I set up a GoFundMe, and that was amazing. And gardeners reaching out to me, lending me their tools. It was great to see that kind of kindness out there.
Yeah, that's really heartwarming, because, I mean, otherwise what are you going to do? Like, this is your job, this is your livelihood. Without tools, you can't operate, can you?
Exactly, yeah. So I was up and running pretty quick, because I had my dad.
Good.
My dad's a gardener, so he lent me a bunch of tools, my brother.
Phew.
And they all clubbed together. I managed to get me back up and running within a couple of days. So,
Gosh, so what happened? It was your van, wasn't it, that was broken into?
Yeah, it was broken through. The side, the passenger side window was smashed. The van was pulled forward, and then I had a bunch of garden waste in the back. That was kind of just chucked all over the place, and yeah, they was all gone.
I could just imagine the emotion actually when you go thinking it's just going to be another normal day, you know, you're happy to go to work, and then you see that. I mean, your heart must have just dropped to the floor.
It is, yeah, because you're expecting to kind of crack on and get on with the day, and now you've got to sort all this mess out, and you've got to ring people, you've got to get a courtesy van, got to get that fixed, and also the outside of that as well is when you go to sleep at night. You know, I have dreams that my van's been stolen, and you just can't sleep. So at the moment, my tools actually stay in the flat with me now, the new ones that I've brought.
I bet.
Because if I leave them in the van, I'm just having nightmares that they're getting stolen all the time. So.
Well, of course, and they're expensive, you know, collectively. Wasn't it like $3,000 worth?
$3,000 total, yeah. So even just one of I've got a backpack leaf bar, that's about £800, just that one tool on its own. So. Yeah,
and you know, this is why, apart from your expertise, of course, you know, people hire you because you've got the kit. You know, you know what to do with it, and you've got it, and you know you need it. It's so vital. So
absolutely.
It's good that people have clubbed together, but I guess you would be interested in this haul that Kent Police have found, because maybe some of yours are in there.
Well, I think so, yeah, and I think possibly a lot of my tools I buy from the same shop, so I might pop into that shop later today or tomorrow and see if I can get some serial numbers off the receipts maybe, and I might be able to identify something, so...
That's a good idea. And you can also email. I've got the email address for you here. It's op.thames@kent.police.uk. So op.thames@kent.police.uk. And you can email and you can say, look, this is what I've lost. And they were saying, and I think this is right, probably, isn't it? You know, most tools, when they're yours, they have some kind of identifying features.
Yeah, some things like that, they may have been broken on one side, or something maybe in plastic or scratches. Yeah, there's definitely a few. I might have a look at some of the photographs and stuff that I've taken on my tools back in the day and see if I can find any identifying marks.
Yeah, let us know. We'll keep our fingers crossed in that respect, because as you say, you've only managed to buy back or be donated back sort of about half of the tools. And it's worth knowing as well, he was saying, and maybe you already do this, but it's a good idea to kind of to mark them. You know, you can kind of get special markers, indelible ink and stuff, so that if they are stolen, they're easily identifiable.
Yeah, I think they've obviously done a great job in finding those. So, and to reach out to everyone, maybe I might make a video and put it on my YouTube channel myself, just to reach out to gardeners to, you know, maybe see if they can find their tools that were stolen. Because I hear about stories all the time. I'm on like a few Facebook groups for gardeners, and literally every day someone's telling me that they've or posts that they've had their tools stolen. So it's happening all over the place.
It's heinous, isn't it? It's just. Yeah. I'm so sorry that it happened to you, but yeah, let's hope we can get more of those tools back. And I like the fact that you just keeping on going, keep on keeping on. You're not going to let them win.
Yeah, I grew up with a hard-working dad, so you just crack on. You know, you pull yourself up and just crack on. There is a guy that I'd like to give a shout out to. He built a system, an alarm system, called Stingray Alarms, and it actually electrocutes people.
Right.
I think it's legal.
Makes sense.
It is legal.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you know, when you have the horses and you get a little kind of the horse fences, it gives them a little kind of shock and deters them. And he's called Stingray Alarms, and he'll fit it on your van for you to deter them.
Clever. Yeah, exactly. We're not going to let the thieves win in this situation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's nothing. There's nothing better than seeing CCTV footage of a thief getting electrocuted and then running off.
You'll have the last laugh in that sense. Pete,
in
great.
Some ways, yeah.
Great to talk to you, yeah, and look, all power to you in your business. You're cracking on, you've got this, and do let us know, as I say, if you find any of those, any of your tools in that haul that Kent Police have found. That's Pete, who's a gardener from Sevenoaks, and if it's ever happened to you, you'll know how it feels. You know how devastating it is to have your tools taken. They're expensive, and you need them. You need them to do your trade, to do your job. So I'll give you that email address again. So if it has happened to you, maybe you will be lucky. op.thames@kent.police.uk.
Okay, so you heard the email to send any info, any identifying features of your tools, serial numbers, all that kind of thing. I'm going to put the link, the email below. And there's also, I'm going to put another link below, which is advice on keeping your tools safe. And also, I'll put a link for the guy, Stingray, who fits the electric shock I think he's on Facebook, so I'll put a link to him as well, or his name, or whatever. You should better look him up. Anyway, guys, this is Medium Latte Extra Hot. I am the Merry Gardener, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, peeps.